quicker, quick as you can. Keep going. You can do spiral. If you're going to do spiral, do left and right, not right to left, left to right as well. So change the direction of the spiral. Ball in your head when you're finished. Fantastic. Well done. This man, he was the first man finished. Excellent. You do the same thing again, but this time it's not going to go above your head. It's hot potato. 10, go. Hot potato, hot potato. Who can be the quickest? Put it on your head when you're done. Well done. Excellent. Now, just by doing this, how many times have you touched the ball? 20 times in about 60 seconds. But what am I doing as a coach? What am I doing to the group of players that I know they want a bit of as well?
Bit of competition.
How have I created competition?
By saying, good boy, Clem, you've won.
And that's all it takes. A little bit of positive reinforcement creates competition, starts to put them under pressure. So now they're executing something under pressure. And what are you doing just standing listening to me? You're playing with the ball, right? Of course you are, right? Finish with the ball on your head. Finish with the ball under your right foot. By saying finish with the ball under your right foot, everybody, what does it stop? Playing with the ball, which means they can, which means you talk less. Yeah, and it also means you don't fry your brain, because just quietly, we don't want you burned out by the end of the year, right? And if you're just shouting, you can stop it, stop doing that, listen, right? No need for it. What you could do here to increase the numbers is just make pairs, or find a partner, stand in their square. Just need one ball for this, so leave your ball where it is. So stand in that square, standing still, 10 passes, quick as you can. Wow, wait for it, don't go until I say go, cheat. I know you're finished when the ball's under your right armpit. Go, 10 passes, good chance, faster, faster. Each.
Oh, 10.
No, just 10 total, done.
Each?
See, this group was listening, well done.
Is that 20 or is it 10?
10. You did exactly the same thing, but going in a little circle to your right. You go. 10, fast as you can, on the left armpit, left armpit, left armpit. Oh, don't drop the ball. The group in the middle here is killing it, just quietly, they're paying attention. Same thing to your left, go. Okay, good. Well done, you're catching up. 4 minutes, how many touches?
35.
Multiple, right? But in a confined area, and what can the coaches be doing? The coaches have been talking about what they're doing next. One of the coaches is setting up while the other coaches, and this is managing, right? What coaching am I giving you? Zero. I'm just managing you at the moment, right? But can you feel a little bit of going on?
Yeah.
Right? So we need to do a proper warm-up, like run there, run back, let's do drills, let's do push-ups. No, we don't. They're made of rubber. They don't need fitness. Please never let me see you do fitness sessions, right? Because you should be able to do game-orientated stuff. All right, number one. And number two, this is a warm-up, because that's the biggest thing that they're going to be using. All right, and we're just getting the heart going. Could you do 1,000 other things in here? Absolutely you could. But you're doing everything they want. They want to touch the footy. They want to be doing it with a mate, and they want a little bit of competition while they're doing it. A bit of fun. How could this then turn into something else really quickly? You stand on that white marker, you stand on that white marker, you two come over here and stand one on the blue, one on the blue. This could be an 8-pack, a 10-pack, a 20-pack, right? You could have another line, another 4 standing here. Jump in, imagine. One footy, just need one footy, so you keep yours, you pass me yours. Imagine there's 4 of us. All right, all we're going to do, guys, is we're going to work on our passing point, or passing Harry Potter. Maybe not Harry Potter for your ages, but passing point. I want you to reach for the ball and give the ball. So reach and give, ready, go. Just practicing down the line. Back up and do it twice. So that's twice, that means back down again. And finish with the ball on your head. Beauty, well done this team, excellent, excellent, yada, yada, yada. Then change positions a couple of times. And we do this 2 or 3 times, they start getting a little bit bored. How do we make it more interesting for them? Dynamic, spread out.
Competition.
Before we have to involve movement.
Competition.
We could, before we turn into a competition, but yes, we're getting there. We are facing each other, but yes, I understand what you're saying. Or race each other. Well, that's competition, yeah, we'll get to that. We could change the dimensions. We could everyone take a big step out, bigger dimensions. That way we're really working on the technical aspect of the pass then. We really then want to see the follow through, you know what I mean, and really reach. But yeah, race as quick as you can. The losing team does 5 push-ups. Ready? No, we won't do it, but you get my idea, right? Straight away, look at all of you, look at you. Oh, yeah, ready, go! Right, you can do this with the 15s and they will love this. You could spend 8 minutes on this. multiple passes, lots of coaching points, change the dimensions, turn it into a competition. And then after we turn it into competition, you and I would go to the end. Everyone would move up one. Why would we do that? Because
Pass left and right.
pass left and right. Yeah, all of the little things that sometimes we forget about. All right, and then what does this turn into? The next one of the suggestion was dynamic. You four stay there. Us four will go to this end. This now becomes the oldest rugby drill in the world, yeah? We put the ball down, you run forwards, passing the ball down the line, we get the ball, we run there, yeah? That's how you progress. Everything you should think about progressing everything, but having a degression. So if we start doing the running element with your under 10s, and it becomes too complex, you just go back to the static again. So don't worry guys, we're gonna practice the static, really work on this or work on that, and then you come back to the running element of it. This all good? Now remember, this is just the first 10 minutes of your session. I appreciate this is not going to be your hour session because 15s or 10s even, you need to do a lot more stuff. But with your 6-pack like this and the cones on the ground in this scenario, that's the start, that's that trick. Start the session off really well, lots of touches, lots of fun, lots of competition. I'm over here though thinking about what are we actually going to start doing here? Right, tackle. I need to think about tackle, what drill are we doing? Coach is managing, other coach is setting up. He's had his turn. Come over here, I'll explain what we're doing here. This is where the session starts. Does that make sense? Yeah?
You had so many more people.
Just 8-pack, 10-pack.
Yep. So
20-pack.
you've got 1 or 2 per square. And
Yeah,
just
go,
make
go
it big.
to, and if you don't have enough cones, always make sure you start in pairs then, instead of individually. Yeah, absolutely. What, I mean, these dimensions are obviously not for us, but what else could we do in these squares? I mean, real simple. John, you can stand opposite me. We could do tracking in this really, really simply. So everyone's happy with the term tracking. Yep. Getting into a really good safe position before we execute a tag or a tackle. We wouldn't start directly opposite each other though, because that's the first part of it. We stand here, and my job is just to run and score a try, and John's job is just to tag me. Why have we put spaces in between? Buffer zones, safety zones. That also allowed me to do what while you were doing all the fun stuff?
Walk through.
I can walk through. Yep, health discipline issues. Like we can do real simple, just come in, do a 2-handed tag, boom, excellent, you go through, or on good tag, you have the ball now you attack. Always swap attack and defense. My job's to come in. We can give coaching points about good tagging, which is inside shoulder, J curve in, foot in the hoop. We're all happy with tracking. Do you want me to show you another couple of drills on tracking? Mm-hmm. Yep. So, but my point with the 6-pack is this could be used for a lot of other things. All right, I'm gonna grab those 4 yellow markers for me. You two gents. And can you make it into a rectangle? 6 across and 8 long. Just punch over. All right, we'll get into the nitty-gritty now, right? Of actually giving you some more drills now. Where are you going? All right. And you can be managing and while someone's coaching. This is really simple concept of what we talked about there, but I'll go through the real technical aspects of tracking. For me, tracking is the most important part of the tackle. I think anyone, pretty much any human being, can grab hold of something that's right next to them. Right? Yes, we need things about heads positioning and stuff like that, but just the actual art of tackling is more about getting there effectively, and that's why tracking is really important for me. How we manage the drill on the command go. Joey's going to go around that yellow marker and attack up the yellow channel for a try. I'll do the exact opposite. I have to get 2-hand tag on the hips. Okay, so if we walk through it, and bang, in essence the drill's live now, right? That's just staging us getting into it. Coaching points, inside shoulder, right? Why am I not going into the middle of the grid?
Gives them options.
How many?
Multiples.
Specifically?
3.
3. Left, right, Samoan side step.
Yeah.
Right? Either way, I don't know. In this position here, 99 times out of 100, you're going to go where? The space provided. Okay, I'm luring them in there. Why am I luring them in there? Because now I know where they're going, I can be more confident. Okay, so think about a fish hook, or a hockey stick, or a J letter. So I'm going to come down the length of the hockey stick till I get to about here, and then I'm going to curve in towards, and that's the curve of the J or whatever. And then I get either like imagine you've got a hula hoop. I reckon you do that frequently. Drop the hula hoop on the ground or laces. I'm going to step in the hoop or step on the laces, and then all of a sudden now my body changes shape. It changes from running upright to lowering my center of gravity and getting in a better, more solid position to generate force. So in this scenario, it's going to be 2-handed tag. So walk through, 2-handed tag, In another scenario, if you just go back again, it could progress very quickly to tackle, full tackle, bang, in we go, we make a tackle, yeah? But if I get any of this bit wrong, I'm never going to affect a really good tackle. Common problems, always. Round the corner, in the middle, plant. Square, done. Not going to be effective. Might affect a tackle, more often not arm tackle. Junior rugby, who gets injured more? Tackler or tacklee? In junior rugby? Tackler. Parts of their body? Arms. For this exact reason. Alright? The next person to get injured the most in rugby is the person being tackled. What part of their body as well? Wrists and elbows and forearms. Why?
They put their hands up.
Yeah, exactly. Okay? When we do tackle technique in a second, I'll show you how we can alleviate a bit of that. How do you fix me? If I'm doing this all the time and I'm coming up the middle and I'm planting, how do you fix me? Grab 2 white markers, Tony.
Count on the floor.
Visuals on the floor, absolutely. I'm a child. I follow instructions more often than not. All right? Now you say to me, Mark, when you go around the corner, you have to go through the gate. Whoa, hang on. We're introducing law and terminology. Excellent. So I'm coming through the corner, I turn, and I have to go through the gate. At the very least, it straightens me up. Then I can come in and do this. And that could be longer. What else could you do with your under 9s? Physically stand here and physically say, run in front of me with an arm out. And one of them will try and duck underneath, and that's fine. Right? One of them will run straight through, miss the guy completely, that's fine. But they'll get the idea, right? And it's repetition. What shoulder should I be making a shot on here? So how do I practice right? Do we have to change sides? No, I just run in the other direction. He runs in that other direction, and you move the white markers, and now I'm off my right foot in close, right shoulder tag or tackle.
Go through the other gate.
I just pick them up and put them over here. Say again?
Come through this side, forcing that side, you're right.
No, because ultimately, just do exactly what you just did. Do exactly what you just did?
Yeah.
Come in, step with your right foot. Okay, know where you were? There, where are you now? You're in the middle of the grid.
I'd say you'd run there.
Well, he's still coming from here though in that direction. You don't want that.
Yeah.
You don't want that at all,
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah.
You just change sides. Yeah? I like you
I'm
thinking
forcing him to that side though. I'm giving him that space.
You are, but think about it in a game connotation. In a game connotation, if I'm defending, it's awesome
you'll
against
come
the ball
shortest
came.
way anyway,
I come the shortest way. I like it though because you're thinking about the drill. Does it make sense, this one?
Yep.
We do this loads and loads and loads, and then it turns into tackle. How do we make it really easy for the defender? Yeah. How do we make it harder for him? Right. Nice and simple. Okay. This is still a tracking drill, so we're still working on the color. Whatever the color is, he has to run the score try. You just got to tag him. Ready? We're going to do this. Tag only. All right. Ready? Yellow. You ready? Give him the ball, Jody. You go and stand on the yellow. So we replenish, right? Attack, defense, defense, attack. Ready? Blue. Go get him, go get him. Beauty, pass the ball. Ready? Red. And you did exactly orange, but yeah. You still did exactly what I didn't want you to do, which was what? Where did you go? Your first step was? That's right. Was it? Shit. Yeah. First step still has to be forwards and then curve. Okay. And it's under exaggerated because the dimensions are not adult size. But you get what I mean? So you would be now an attacker. So who did you miss? You passing the ball because you're now a defender on the orange. And that's how we would replenish. And we'd have 2 or 3 of these going, and we'd have 2 or 3 coaches working at the same time. So what am I? Am I the manager or am I the coach in this scenario?
Both.
I'm the manager. You're the coach. You stand there.
Don't do it wrong.
Right? I'm saying the colour. I'm worried about the flow of the drill. You're worried about the execution of the drill. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. And again, dimensions, easy, harder, whatever, and then tackle. There's a step kind of between just tag and tackle, and that is, and I kind of referenced it before, is instead of just coming and tagging me, come in and try and push me off the grid, because that really works on the foot close.
Do you mean push with like push or shoulder contact and push?
Either or. You can progress, right? You can progress it. So you can progress it from push, so it's tight in here, T-Rex hands, and the push through, or it could be the shoulder on. Yeah, but none of which will occur unless the foot is really in close. So hopefully in the previous drill, we've really addressed that inside shoulder. So you're going to stop more on the inside shoulder on the previous drill. You're not going to run into the middle as much. Now I want you to really work on the foot close, and that's going to be the pushing and a bit of competitive grind. So now we're being a lot more competitive. You want to push him out, because that's a reward from the coach. Well done, excellent. That was a good push, or a good shove, or a good shot, or whatever. Does that make sense? This one, manly. How do you change shoulders? Do you have to pick up the markers and come over here? No, you start from down there. Right? Economy of effort. You don't have to change everything all the time. Plus, if we've not changed it, is it easier for the players to know what's going on? Yeah. Literally picking those three up and bringing them over here to a 12-year-old or 14-year-old, they're just gone, what's happened? Everything's moved. I'm not being facetious.
Circles going.
Yeah, I'm not being facetious. That's reality, all right? So try and keep this as often as similar as possible. Any questions on this one? If we could go back to those last two drills, all right, after tackle tech, and I'll just do one thing with you. The club foot is a squeeze element, also mean we instinctively use force. So what do I have to do? I generate more force, but this time I want you to finish lying on top of the noodle. So now you're going to put a little bit more force in. You're going to really try and grab hard at this, and you're going to try and not dive, but put momentum forward. So I'm going to come through. Now she's really squeezing, right? And now she's thinking about, I'm more dominant. I have some power here, some control. I'm going to land on top. Tactically, then we can talk about a huge raft of things if these types of tackles are occurring. Bounce, you're in the gate already, you can take space. Or hit the ground, roll, and the next person in can take space. There's a whole lot of connotations just on the skill and safety element of the tackle itself. Obviously, we'd do shoulders, then we'd change economy of effort. I would get down, you would have that, and then we'd go, all right? Then you would get rid of that, then you would introduce the body and the ball. Your cardio workout, or up, down, game specific, rugby specific. You could have two players on their knees or on the ground or lying down or standing up. And this element is just basically the warm-up element, but the technical aspects are the same. What we're representing here is our player. Our player's been tackled and our player's done a long place. We're going to be the first arrivers, and that's the first arriving defender. So this is in essence the clear out. What are some of the visuals that you might think about saying to a player to think about how to clear out effectively and safely?
Take out the threat.
Take the threat out. That's what we're trying to do. How? What terminology could we use? Aeroplane taking off, right? So I need to get my engines while I'm on the ground, and then when I get my engines really going hard, then I start to go up, and that's how I get in the air, okay? And that's ultimately what I want to do here. To be really technical, so we know as adults, we're looking for our players to come up and enter through the gate legally. How we do that effectively, though, is offset, toes facing in the direction we want to generate force. So offset would mean feet either side. You'll see some kids who come in here, and they're either going to be twisting their body to try and straighten up, which means they've lost all energy, or they'll come in and ricochet off, which doesn't get rid of the threat. So we've got to come in square, feet offset, toes facing forwards. Everything we talked about in the crikey position, hit stick, but instead of squeeze, it's drive. Hit stick and take off, or whatever the terminology. So we're nice and square and coming, we can hit through 2 or 3 steps and then done, because legally, not yet, Geordie, wait for it. Legally, we can't carry on.
No, that's right.
We can only take them past the tackle area. And we can do this real quick now. We've got 4 or 5 of these lined up. The club's got 4 of these, small ones and other big ones. And we go, and the manager is with 3 of these row, and lines 3 deep. Red, orange, go, bang. And the bag's job is not to be lazy, it's to get in here. Again, reload. Blue, orange, red, blue, or whatever the colors, right? And that's high intensity. So I'm jogging, just carry it back again because he's going quick. He's working hard. Right, stop, change bag. Constantly changing bags.
Orange has to go to blue, so he's using his other shoulder.
Perfect.
All that sort of stuff.
See, perfect, right? All of that stuff. Throw all of that in. And the moment we see 1 or 2 of these, whistle, which please tell me you all have, right? Right, guys, I've noticed that a lot of us are doing this and a lot of us are doing that. Just remember, crikey over the ball, toes facing forward, airplane taking off, 10 seconds of reinforcing your core coaching points, bang, bang, bang again. How long do we have to do this before everyone's had a gutful? 2 minutes max.
Never.
Potentially, but they will. You know?
Everyone walks off.
And I'll leave them on, please. Oh yeah, Paul will. Yeah. Thanks, Shieldsy. Thanks, bud. So then, so that's a warm-up element, but it's also a lot of coaching in there. Repetition to 90%. How do we make it more like a game? We just introduced 2 now. This is more like a game, more arrivals. So now instead of a color, the command is go. First one to react is going to come in and take space. All right, next person come in is going to then protect the ball in a crikey position. I've heard this called plug, bronco, seal, whatever you want to do it. Legally, they're not allowed to put two hands on the player or the ground, but they can put one.
Not on the player.
No, really. Constitutes
Oh,
the
mate,
ground.
that's what I tell
Player
you.
on the ground
Not
is the
anymore.
ground. Doesn't exist.
Yeah, right.
One arm on is fine though.
Yep.
Yep. You're technically under the laws of the game. You're going to be able to hold your own feet. Is that policed all the time?
Nah, never.
But we're above that, so we'll just go with the laws.
Yeah.
Right. So then that's
Till
fine.
we
So
get done for
yeah.
it, that's right.
now we've got 3 or 4 of these happening. Yep. So you're happy as a coach. You're seeing really good clear outs. You're seeing really good seals. I know that the under 9s use the word seal. Then what I'd do to progress it is I'd have 1 or 2 guys out the back here, and I call them the rover. They can go wherever they want, right? So imagine the first hit show gets taken out, and the seal's there. I can, as a rover, I can come in through my gate. Wait for it. I can come in through my gate. I need to know that I need to come through a gate as well as a defender, and I can test. I can test and see. And he has to react now. He makes a choice, open decision. I'll stay. I'll bunker down hard, and I'll just take this pressure and secure the ball, or I'll turn into a blast, which then would imply we would need
another third man.
So then you don't put niblets on numbers, you just go as many as it takes to secure that ball. How do we turn this into a competition? Because we've got a lot of skill development here, a lot of practice here. How do we really want to turn this into a competition? Well, we've got 2 teams, right? We've got a defensive team and the attacking team, and we've got 4 of these lined up. If a guy with a shield, right, can do this, you're all doing 10 burpees. So all of a sudden you'll see that the blasts become really energetic and the seals all of a sudden now are really tight. Yeah? And that's just that little bit of competition we've talked about. This one makes sense? Yeah. And to be honest with you, you don't need many more tackle contest drills other than the real thing. Once you get this. And I do this every week with the first 15.
Can you use boy on boy?
So now we've got a 2-on-2 scenario, and you've got the ball, and I'm on my knees. Right, so imagine I'm on my knees. We're going to go for tackle. Right, the tackle has to occur in here, so he knows he can't sidestep or do anything daft. I'm practicing the tackle. Right, he's practicing ball carry security. I make a tackle. These 2 are first arrivers. It's on. It's on. These 2 are on. Right. There's a one before that. Let's digress that, because that's a lot of moving parts, right? How do we get these 2 to practice entering with gusto? Tackle bags. This is the only reason I use tackle bags anymore. Lie down with your head there and on your tummy. That end. Geordie, that end. I'll actually use 2 balls here, so grab that for you.
Facing which one?
Your head here, on your tummy, feet over there. A little closer. Don't give them that much time. Actually, don't need markers. We have a ball at each end, and this is, we call this win the space, just win the space. How do you win the space? You have to react quickest, get in your gate, right? You have to get lower in your opposite number, and then you have to drive them past the ball. So that's winning the space. So the coaching points are crikey, airplane taking off, leg drive. Okay? Don't do it. But how you warm them up is do this though. When I say go, bounce, and just crikey. Go, bounce, crikey. That's stay there. So I'd call break, and they'd lie down on the other side. Lie. Go, go, crikey. That's the warm up. You could do that for 30 seconds and they would be rooted. But all the coaching in the world, and then it's full banger, bang, go. It's on.
You've done that with us.
Yeah.
It fucks you, like, big time, really quickly.
But you learn really quickly, and I've seen it, right? I've dead set seen scenarios like this, right? Where that player has won more often than not because they just use better technique. They learned that better technique gets results, and the bigger player has to go, hang on a second, this isn't always going to work. I actually got to get better at this technically. And then you go into that little square with the ball, tackle, then they both arrive, and then you put that in the middle of the field, and you have a full back line set up with a pot of forwards over there, and a full defensive line set up over here. Play. Tackle contest occurs. Not everyone bees around honey, because I'm told I'm not allowed to go in that one. I got to wait here for my turn. Whatever happens, whichever team wins it, ball comes out, play, phases. Yeah? Does that make sense? Is that A choreographed start to an open environment can produce more order. Rather than just saying, let's go for a game. Because going for a game, we talked about getting, what does everyone want? Everyone wants to touch the footy. So they're going to not give a rat's about what else is going on. They're going to try their best to get this with the greatest intentions. How do we do that? We choreograph the start of a certain scenario so that I know that I'll get it ultimately, just not right now. That teaches them patience. It teaches them faith in other elements of the game and their teammates. Yeah. Anything else to tackle contest? No. If you want to go in and talk about